Alright guys, hope you guys had a good Monday. I mean a good weekend. I know I did. It was pretty chill. Today is literally how I don't even know how I blew my funded account, bro. I'm being so serious. I blew my second account. And today was the most I was in these longs, bro. I'm literally was in these longs. Price is just choppy right now. We hit my first take profit, which like is technically like my break even point. And I'm not gonna lie, I got stopped out. I think because I hit the minimum limit while I was in drawdown. I was still in this trade, by the way. My entry was right here. I know I can't even show you guys, which is so dumb. My entry was right here, like literally after we came up, filled in this gap, flipped the first presented, and had to change the state plus the SMT. So literally, my system right here, boom. My entry was right here. I was waiting on a limit order, but we didn't flip first presented, and we were just chopping around. So I just counted my limit order and just set a market order for all the way right here. As you guys can see, the entry literally was right here. Break even, I mean, no, not break even. Stop loss was below the swing low of this gap, and price was just chopping around. We ended up hitting our first take profit, which is honestly like a break even point. And now, well, we literally now have a 5 minute change of state. So now I'm expecting price to just continue to go to our take profits. But I don't know how I blew my funded account. I genuinely, bro, I'm about to share this with you guys. I don't even care. It still needs to reset net profit loss, but I'm not going to lie. I think it's because I hit the minimum balance while I was in drawdown. I think because I was at 49.921, and yeah, I think that's what it did. I think I hit the minimum balance while in drawdown. But literally after I get kicked out the trade, price literally guns to my take profit. Trump is supposed to be speaking literally today. Um, so we're gonna have to wait on that. But let's talk about my daily bias and why today's longs were so obvious. First and foremost, we had a high time frame SMT on the hourly right here. Price is just chopping crazy. We had a high time frame SMT right here on the hourly, but if you scroll down to the 15 minute, it all adds up right here. We have our swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. We ended up coming out not taking that. Daily profile for today, in my opinion, was London session manipulation, put in the SMT reversal, then New York session continuation. That is what that is my like that was the profile for me. And for take profits, we had high time frame failure swings. As you guys can see, we had stacked hourly highs, and coincidentally, London session high, and Asia session high. Asia session high was also previous day high. So I am expecting us to book this today. Obviously today's Monday, so it's gonna be slow. Trump is supposed to be speaking, and yeah. First and foremost, this is the first London session high, second London session high, and obviously third London session high. Price came in, we ended up dumping, manipulating, creating this 5 minute SMT. So according to my checklist, is literally the first question that I asked myself is, do we already have a prominent SMT towards my draw on liquidity? Yes, we did, which was this higher time frame. Do we have a second prominent SMT? Yes, we do. It was this 5 minute SMT. Why is that 6 minute? We have this 5 minute SMT. It was in once an internal 1 minute SMT. Then I waited for the 5 minutes to come on. We ended up creating a 5 minute SMT. So now these lows are protected, right? We have these lows protected and we have these lows protected. So from there, I'm scrolling on the 1 minute after we close on the 5 minute candle. I'm on the 1 minute, literally just multitasking, literally just scrolling through just to have my entry, and then boom, we have our change in state right here because obviously it's one candle, but this is the main candle that created our first presented gap. We ended up flipping the first presented gap. We ended up coming in, filling in this breakaway gap. I wouldn't really classify it as a breakaway gap, but this is usually the gap that I look for to get filled before my entry after we after we had our inversion. But however, we did not have our inversion. Price was too busy chopping around this morning. Price is honestly going to be pretty choppy until we get to the other draws and liquidity, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I originally had a limit order because I had thought we were going to flip first presented and then come down, retrace, and then continue on higher. We did not have that. Instead, we ended up chopping around, filling in this gap, flipping first presented, and having a change of state at the same time, which is why my entry was so high into premium right here. My first entry was in equilibrium, actually, of this little tiny range. I ended up just taking it from the first high to the second high, and as you guys can see, we ended up touching equilibrium as well. So check mark, check mark, check mark. Everything maxed. Like, this is literally just my system. Price is just chopping around, which is why I didn't even get caught in no chop. To be honest, I was just caught in drawdown, and then price ended up literally just chopping around, chopping around, chopping around, and then we ended up just continuing lower. Ooh, excuse me. And then literally while I was in drawdown, I didn't even get stopped out. My first stop loss, my stop loss was below the swing low gap. I was waiting for just 1 minute internal SMT to get put in so that I could trail my stop, because I was honestly trying to de-risk as quickly as I could because I knew I was in drawdown. So I was trying to just learn how to just mitigate, not even learn, I was just trying to mitigate my position pretty properly. And I mean, yeah, right now it looks like it would have been a break-even trade because I would have been break-even by now. But this was pretty unfortunate. I'm not even gonna lie. Everything here that I wanted played out. It was just the fact that I just got caught in the drawdown limit, and that's what stopped me out. Otherwise, I would have been stopped out at break even. Most likely, genuinely because we're just consolidating way too long. Trump is supposed to be speaking any minute now. Um, and honestly, my whole point was just trying to get as quickly and safely out this trade, and secure profits as fast as possible. Now prices, what are we doing? Price looks like we created an SMT, another 1 minute SMT. So let's see what price wants to do. We have a 1 minute internal SMT right here. If we could flip this gap on top of this SMT, then we should be rallying to our other take profits. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's so unfortunate. I'm gonna resume this video literally when prices hit take profit or we just dumped completely the stop loss. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. So peace. All right, everybody, welcome back. As you guys can see, different time. The time is different. I literally just got back from the gym. Well, I got back from hooping and I had to go do some errands. That's why I'm still wearing the same clothes. It was my gym clothes, but like I said I was gonna come back when price hits previous day highs, London session highs, Asia session highs, just like how I anticipated. And to say the least, I got the alerts on my phone when I was at the gym. I didn't even want to open TradingView because I was like, bro, I'm gonna get even more pissed. Like, I'm already coming to the terms with the fact that I just blew it over, just literally just being in drawdown while I was still in the long because price wanted to be choppy. But just look what happened, bro. Like I said, like I said from the before I left, I literally said we have put it in a 1 minute SMT. We have put in a 1 minute SMT. Excuse me. We have put in a 1 minute SMT. From there, if this SMT was going to hold up, we would inverse this gap. What happened? After I stopped recording, I just got off my computer and I'm literally just getting back to seeing this because I already got the alerts and I knew we hit previous day highs, right? And I'm just here to annotate what had happened because it was a no news Monday. I'm pretty sure Trump was speaking as well, but maybe this whole leg down was just Trump speaking. But I know price eventually brought itself back up to just book previous day highs because I was just so sure previous day highs booking. And these lows are just truly protected, bro. We are just not touching these lows at all. But the point is, like I said, if this SMT was true, we were going to book this gap and then inverse this gap and then continue to the other draws and liquidity. What did we do? Put a 1 minute SMT in. What else did we do? We ended up booking this tiny little gap. We ended up booking in this gap as well. So after we booked this gap, like after we inverted this gap, price ended up hitting take profit 1, which was London session highs. Then from there we ended up hitting take profit 2, not that long later. And then take profit 3, we ended up just coming down, selling it off. Again, this would have been a break-even trade because my entry was literally right here. As you can see, my entry was literally right here on this candlestick. Like I said previously, my original limit order was in the middle, but we were just chopping around and we did not inverse first percentage. And I wanted to see first percentage inverse before I set a limit order at all. Maybe next time when it comes to this exact scenario, I will just set a limit order. So I have my order just right here, and literal no drawdown would have been a winning day. It still would have been a winning day if I just didn't get stopped out. I just looked at the account and I just hit the minimum balance, bro. Since when is the minimum balance 49,642? I'm not coping. I thought it was 4,800, but it is what it is, man. But I mean, yeah, as you guys can see, today was the most freest longs. It was just the fact that it was a no news Monday. We had Trump speaking. You guys can see this guy didn't even do anything throughout the whole 10 o'clock. It was just really choppy. But like I said, we ended up hitting all of the objectives that price wanted to go to. So to quickly recap, to annotate, we had a high time frame hourly SMT, high time frame 15-minute SMT, which ended up correlating with ES. From there, price opened up, came down, created a 5-minute SMT. First, it was a 1-minute SMT, and I wanted the 5-minute SMT to hold up. After we got that 5-minute SMT, I was clear and confirmed that obviously these failure swing highs, which was London session, Asia session, which was previous day high, to get literally just get boom, just get bounced. Excuse me. And on top of that, we ended up having our first presented gap. We ended up inversing this gap, so boom, inverse rally gap done. SMT already, and it's a prominent SMT on top of another prominent SMT, so high probability. Boom, two confluences right there. Another confluence change in the state. We also had this breaker right here. I wasn't really too focused on that, and then we ended up also filling in this gap, which was also in equilibrium. So as you guys can see, we ended up, did we hit equilibrium? No, but we practically almost did. But we didn't hit equilibrium with the train, but we almost did, to be honest. But we ended up filling the gaps, so that's pretty good. So we had all these confluences. It was a pretty easy day for longs, especially if you look at the hourly. And if you're just using internal to external, I mean, it's pretty. How I would also do it today was, well, I use daily profiles and internal and external, but if you want to use internal and external, we ended up inversing this gap, breaking structure. If you look at what we have left, we just have a bunch of stacked highs on the hourly that price is just more likely to draw towards, rather than bear side. We don't really have any draws to the downside, and we ended up putting an hourly SMT, which will obviously make price protected and these lows protected and not want to go to. Now I'm not too sure, but like during the AM session, it was pretty not obvious, but it was pretty blatant that price was gonna want to come up. It was just the fact that we had too much chop coming in the AM session because, like I said, it was a no news Monday. Trump speaking. Trump didn't even do anything throughout the whole 10 a.m. hour, as you guys can see, just a whole bunch of chop. And then we ended up coming down, getting stopped out at break even if this trade were to play out. And then from there, price ended up rallying all the way to last take profit. One thing I don't like about risking with one mini is the fact that I don't have any partial. So it's like I have to like trail the stop until I hit my actual drawn liquidity, or just stay at break even. But I mean, at the end of the day, one mini could literally make you like a crazy return, crazy ROI. But at the end of the day, um, wow, it's just pretty unfortunate. Tomorrow I'm gonna be trading. Wednesday I'm gonna be trading. Thursday, I will be trading as well. Tomorrow CPI. Thursday I'll be trading as well. I go to Puerto Rico this week, so I'll probably won't even be trading on Friday. I'll probably take Friday off. I'll probably take Thursday off. We'll have to see. But tomorrow and Wednesday I'll definitely be on the charts. Gonna reset the account because like bruh, I don't know, man. I'm not coping. Like, I know I was in drawdown, but I mean, it's pretty unfortunate how I was literally just in drawdown for not even that long, because I didn't even get stopped out. My stop loss was right here. I was in drawdown right here. I didn't even get stopped out. But and it's crazy. As soon as my account got breached, price ended up gunning. Hate the game, man. You gotta hate the game, not the player. Hate the game, not the player. But I mean, hate the player, not the game. So this was totally on me. But like I said, everything was here. I played my system correctly, and like I said, the system ended up playing out. So I mean, it's just one of those days, man. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I will see you guys in tomorrow's recap with a whole new, literally reset funded, and hopefully we bank and third time's a charm, maybe, God willing. But hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys. Peace.